Good morning. I'm Diana Lind, Executive Director of the Arts and Business Council. Thank you for joining us for the 35th Annual Arts and Business Council Awards. For the first time ever, this event is being held virtually, and that is just one way that this event is different than other years. We recognize that we are in the midst of unprecedented times, and we are also glad that the leaders we are honoring today have been at the front lines of important social justice discussions for a long time. Whether it is the way that Vashti Dubois' Colored Girls Museum provides a space for inquiry of race and gender, or Sally Elk's Eastern State Penitentiary questions our criminal justice system, or Ann Ewer's Kimmel Center, which just last weekend opened its doors to thousands of protesters marching up Broad Street. This moment of interrogating the racial and social status quo comes on top of a global pandemic that has had a crushing impact on the arts and culture community. Our music venues, our performance spaces, our museums, these are places where people come together. And for the past 3 months, we've not been able to gather in person to enjoy a play, an exhibition, or a concert. But COVID-19 has not stopped people like How Real, whose World Cafe Live is hosting virtual live performances, or Scott Merkin, whose ESM Productions has been a live streaming pioneer with Tidal. All of our awardees have pivoted to virtual programming, but they still need your support. And as we give out these awards today, please take a look at the digital program sent with your Zoom link and note that under each awardee's name, there is not only more information about the awardee, but a link to support their organization. You can also find the program at artsbusinessphl.org/awards program. Speaking of support, we would like to thank all of our steadfast sponsors who have supported us taking the awards virtual and made this program possible. Thank you to our visionary sponsors, Independence Blue Cross, PICO, Comcast, and PNC Arts Alive. Thank you to our leadership sponsor, HOK. And finally, thank you to our celebration co-sponsors, Meridian Bank and TD Bank. As you will see, these supporters are presenters today and deeply involved in the arts community with many connections to our awardees. We'd also like to thank our colleagues at the Chamber of Commerce for Greater Philadelphia. By having the Arts and Business Council at the Chamber, we've ensured that the broader business community is focused on the importance of the creative economy and the exchange of ideas and knowledge between creative and business communities. Finally, thank you to the Clay Studio for commissioning artists to create unique works of art that serve as the physical awards delivered to awardees this week. We have a great program for you today, ending with our highest awards for artistic excellence and leadership, presented to a trio of amazing Philadelphia legends, Dr. Constance Clayton, Jennifer Weiner, and Laureen Carey. We hope that today's program will leave you with a feeling of community at a time when it feels so hard to connect, a sense of hope when many of us are grieving the toll from COVID-19, and a new perspective on our region at a time when it must be reimagined. Let's begin with a performance by Roll Town Sound System, a high voltage live house music band fusing electronic dance music culture with global rhythms and a heart of Philly soul. The performance is dedicated to two of our awardees, Hal Reel and David Bradley. And following this performance, we'll immediately move ahead with the awards portion of our program and a video about David Bradley's achievement. Thank you all.
Hi, this is Ben Arsenal of World Town Sound System. We'd like to congratulate Hal Reel and David Bradley of World Cafe Live for winning Arts and Business Council Leadership Awards.
I'll never go back again. I conquered all of my demons. It was something I can't explain. Once I had no reason to see things another way. I found my grass is greener, so I decided I better stay with you. You give me freedom. I conquered all of my demons. It was something I can't explain. Once I had no reason, see things another way. I found my grass is greener, so I decided about to stay with you, baby. Give me freedom like I never had. You give me freedom like I never ever had before. You know I wanted my freedom. Yeah, baby, you are, yeah, you are my freedom, baby. Yeah. You are
My freedom, 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 my freedom.
The Arts and Business Council for Greater Philadelphia is proud to present an Arts and Business Leadership Award to David Bradley. David Bradley is founding director of Live Connections, which specializes in socially engaged music making through commissions, artist residencies, music education, and concerts, working in close partnership with World Cafe Live. He is also artistic director of Living News, which dramatizes constitutional issues at the National Constitution Center. David's work is driven by the belief that the power and beauty of the arts should be accessible to all, and that art enriches communities by fostering connections among people. David's groundbreaking play, A Fierce Kind of Love, represented a non-traditional partnership between a disability advocacy organization and local artists, with a mandate to create an original work that was inclusive, fully accessible, and artistically excellent. David was ahead of his time in creating work that challenges assumptions about disability and invites audiences to look and listen differently. Many of David's works seem to amplify voices that have been traditionally unheard, and as a result, he has heightened civic discourse in Philadelphia. Congratulations, David.
Good morning. My name is Nikun Shah. I'm a manager for Parveda Solutions. I'm delighted to be here today, both as a representative of Parveda, which has supported many Arts and Business Council programs, and as a participant in those programs like Business on Board and Creative Exchange. We believe in ABC's work to unite the creative and business sectors, and it's great to see so many people here celebrating this community as well. It's my honor to present an Arts and Business Leadership Award to theater artist and Live Connections co-founder David Bradley. As you have seen in the video, David has been a pioneer in making performance more inclusive and making history relevant to today's audiences. Philadelphia's theater and music scenes are richer for David's work. Please join me in congratulating David.
Thank you, Nikunj. Many thanks to the Arts and Business Council for this honor. Congratulations to the impactful leaders being recognized today. And thanks to the Clay Studio and Joshua Hebert for this elegant award. And thanks to Worldtown Sound System for that fantastic piece of music. We convene in a challenging time. I stand with Black people as they grieve and protest. Black lives matter. Our cultural future requires actions that affirm this and make room for more voices in those who make and lead art and those who experience it. I've had the privilege to learn from hundreds of artists in music and theater and thousands of Philly youth and people with disabilities and communities with whom Live Connections makes music. My deep gratitude to you. Heartfelt thanks to those with whom I've loved building Live Connections. Now joined with World Cafe Live is one nonprofit where artistry meets social impact. Fellow co-founders Tomorrow Dead and board chair Lori Landu, founding artist Alex Shaw, Jacinda Arlano, Blair Bodine, DeQuisha Jones, Melinda Steffi, our board, Curry Park and the WCL team, and WCL founder, Live Connections co-founder and fellow awardee, the visionary Hal Reel. Finally, I live with three people who lead and inspire me daily. Much love and thanks to Jacob, Noah, and Margaret.
The Arts and Business Council for Greater Philadelphia is proud to present an Arts and Business Leadership Award to Vashti Dubois. Vashti is the founder and executive director of the Colored Girls Museum. The museum is a place where girls and their personal stories are witnessed and contemplated, honored and celebrated through an intimate exhibit of objects. Curated by 10 local artists, the museum also serves as a welcoming, non-traditional arts venue and offers visitors a multidisciplinary experience of memoir presented in Dubois's own home. Over the course of her career, Vashti has held leadership positions at organizations such as Treehouse Books and Congresso Girls Center, and established herself as an arts leader in the city. Through her community engagement and social justice work, Vashti has demonstrated the possibilities of connecting art and justice, improving outcomes for girls of color and marginalized communities. Congratulations, Vashti.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Liz Murphy, Senior Vice President at PICO, and arts and culture are key areas PICO supports in the Philadelphia community. And we believe in the importance of connecting arts and the business communities. I'd like to thank all of the award winners today. Your hard work and contributions to the arts community is what makes our region so unique. A special congratulations to Ann Ewers and to all of our PICO partners. Your impact in the art world is driving change and innovation. I sit on the boards of the Kimmel Center for the Performing Arts and the Cultural Alliance, and I see firsthand how important it is to involve the business community in a thriving arts scene. And so it is a privilege to be here and to participate in this program and present an Arts and Business Leadership Award to Vashti Dubois. In these times when the country is engaged in deep discussion about race, Vashti's Colored Girls Museum is an important space where people can reflect on issues of race and gender. And as you saw in the video, her museum shows the power of connecting arts and social justice, and her career is a testament to a vision of improving life for young girls in the city. Thank you for your work, Vashti, and congratulations on your award.
Thank you so much, Liz, for that really wonderful introduction. And thanks so much to the Business Council for this recognition. On behalf of the Colored Girls Museum, thank you for the recognition of this community-inspired work. A very special thank you to my partners, Ian Friday and Michael Clemens, for their devotion to a project which we began with only goodwill and lots of love, and a now 130-year-old Victorian twin, now transformed into the Colored Girls Museum. While the Colored Girls Museum is an idea that I conceptualized, she does not belong to me. She represents the collective labor, ingenuity, creativity, and beauty of ordinary Black women and girls. The house she currently inhabits represents the physical manifestation of a movement and a mindset. It is a modest offering for citizens who look like me, who continue to do so much for so many with limited thanks or support to do so. The Colored Girls Museum is my modest offering to every Black woman and girl. I recognize you, and I hope that you will accept this award from this council today as one of the many entries of appreciation you so richly deserve. Thank you so much.
The Arts and Business Council for Greater Philadelphia is proud to present an Arts and Business Leadership Award to Sally Elk. For more than 3 decades, Eastern State Penitentiary's president and CEO, Sarah Jane Sally Elk, has spearheaded efforts to stabilize and preserve Eastern State's immense and complex historic landmark. With Sally's leadership, Eastern State has become a vibrant place where visitors make connections between past and present and encounter questions about equity, justice, and the law in America. In recent years, Eastern State created ambitious interpretive projects around contemporary issues of incarceration and expanded its collaboration with formerly incarcerated people through its Returning Citizens Tour Guide program. For more than 2 decades, it has leveraged the power of art to stoke important conversations about criminal justice. More than 100 artists have created work for Eastern State Penitentiary since 1995, and in 2019, Eastern State presented Hidden Lives Illuminated, a series of nightly screenings of 20 newly commissioned animated short films created by currently incarcerated artists living in Pennsylvania correctional institutions. Congratulations, Sally.
Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Joe Tamaro, Sector President at TD Bank, and it's my pleasure to present an Arts and Business Leadership Award to Sally L. of Eastern State Penitentiary. It's great to be here as TD Bank has been a longtime supporter and participant in the Arts and Business Council Annual Award Ceremony. As you've just seen, Sally has been an innovator in combining so many fields: preservation, education, art, criminal justice reform, all while leading one of Philadelphia's most popular landmarks. Congratulations, Sally.
I'm so honored to be a part of all of you awardees. My deepest thanks to the Arts and Business Council for this wonderful award. But when you recognize me, you honor the countless people who've worked alongside me for 30 years to realize the potential of Eastern State Penitentiary. We seek to interpret the legacy of American criminal justice reform from our nation's founding through today. This award is especially meaningful now, as powerful reminders of racial inequalities and a virus have brought the challenges of our criminal justice system into sharp focus. Our team has worked diligently to highlight the relevance of this historic site. As we prepare for the next phase of promoting the relevance of this, recognition like this award spurs us to renew our efforts to engage, educate, and contemplate with our visitors why mass incarceration isn't working. And to all of you out there who have never visited, please come. I promise that you will be amazed by this incredible Philadelphia treasure. And check today's program to learn other ways to support us. Thank you again.
The Arts and Business Council for Greater Philadelphia is proud to present an Arts and Business Leadership Award to Ann Ewers. Ann is the president and CEO of the Kimmel Center for the Performing Arts. The Kimmel Center's cultural campus houses 8 resident companies, including the Philadelphia Orchestra, Opera Philadelphia, and the Pennsylvania Ballet, and forms the 2nd largest performing arts center behind Lincoln Center. With a mission to engage the region's diverse communities through performance and education, Ann pushes staff to fulfill the center's vision of transforming lives through the arts. Under Ann's guidance, the Kimmel Center has widened its reach to a larger, more diverse audience through the Philadelphia International Festival of the Arts. Programs like the Jazz and Theater Residencies offer artists space and resources to create new Philly-made works. Ann has also been a business leader, raising the Kimmel Center's endowment from a $40 million endowment to $72 million, operating balanced budgets with small surpluses to cover critical capital needs. She has also rethought the Kimmel Center's Raphael Vinoli designed building, improving an area of performance spaces and public-facing spaces. Finally, Ann has developed an education strategic plan for growth with a goal to expand tenfold, educating, engaging, and inspiring 100,000 students per year by 2022. Congratulations, Ann.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Mark Samuels, formerly Chief Marketing Officer for SEI and currently an Arts and Business Council Advisory Board member. Given both SEI and the Kimmel Center have strong focus on innovation, SEI chose to become a long-term supporter of the Kimmel Innovation Studio and Ann's leadership of the Kimmel Center. We feel Ann has done a wonderful job of balancing the need to manage a very complex organization in the present with the need to evolve it so it can continue to provide major value in what promises to be a very different and dynamic future. As you can tell, we feel Ann is a wonderful choice for this award. Ann, congratulations.
Thank you, Mark, an esteemed member of the Kimmel Center Board. A very special thanks to the Arts and Business Council for this prestigious award. But I have to tell you that accepting this award at this time is bittersweet, given the impact of the pandemic, as well as the current fight to end systemic racism. Now, more than ever, the arts build strong communities and are essential to enhancing the human experience. Today, I'd like to dedicate this award to the artists, as well as everyone in the arts community that is suddenly facing furloughs, to audiences who, after months of quarantining with family, crave the shared enthusiasm in our crowded theaters. And I dedicate this to the thousands of students who prepared all school year long for final performances on our stages that could not happen. But Philadelphia is resilient. This is only intermission, and our curtains will rise again.
The Arts and Business Council for Greater Philadelphia is proud to present an Arts and Business Leadership Award to James Fulton. Jim serves as the Capital Campaign Chair and former board chair of the Clay Studio. In his service as a board member, Jim has heightened the organization's professionalism in its leadership and business practices. The Clay Studio credits Jim with helping the organization reach exponential growth over the past few years, both in terms of class attendance and activities, as well as in receiving major philanthropic support for exhibitions. Jim believed it was imperative for the Clay Studio to have a larger facility that better met the organization's needs, and then focused on making the dream of a new Clay Studio facility into a reality. Jim's leadership made it possible for the Clay Studio to exceed the organization's goal of raising $5 million and eventually raise $6.1 million. In this new building, the Clay Studio will be able to grow, partner with neighbors, and continue to become an ever more innovative, responsive, and inspirational arts organization. Congratulations, Jim.
Hey, and good morning, everybody. I'm Hugh McStravick, Senior Vice President of Client and Community Relations at PNC Bank. First, my congratulations to all of today's honorees. Thank you for bringing leadership and support to our region's arts and cultural community. We too at PNC Bank join you in our longstanding commitment to arts and culture by supporting organizations like the Arts and Business Council and the Clay Studio through PNC Arts Alive. Today, it is a special honor to be able to present this next award to Jim Fulton. As board chair, Jim led the successful capital campaign for the Clay Studio to embark upon a journey to build a new home on North American Street in Philadelphia. Jim's vision and tireless advocacy for the Clay Studio and its new home embodies the kind of cross-sector collaborations that the Arts and Business Council is all about. He exemplifies how a talented and supportive board member can help bring a nonprofit to the next level. Congratulations, Jim.
They do. Thank you very much, Hugh. I am honored to receive this leadership award. Is it on?
Go ahead, go. You're on.
I am honored to receive this leadership award in recognition of the Arts and Business Council. Thanks to Josh Hebert for creating this award. It has been my pleasure to work with the dedicated team at the Clay Studio, the volunteer board that guides the ship, and all the generous donors from across the country who have made it possible for us to secure a future for the ceramic arts in Philadelphia. Today, the Clay Studio supports new and upcoming artists, introduces public to ceramics through our classes, gallery exhibitions, and the retail shop. Our Claymobile program introduces hundreds of Philadelphia school children to the art of ceramics. I am personally thrilled to be part of the team helping the Clay Studio reach their goals. This year brings many new challenges for the arts in Philadelphia, and the Clay Studio stands ready to meet them. I want to give a special thanks to my husband and business partner, Eric Grimshaw, for encouraging me to put so much time and effort into such a great cause. Thank you very much.
The Arts and Business Council for Greater Philadelphia is proud to present an Arts and Business Leadership Award to Lovett Hines. Lovett is the artistic director and founder of the Philadelphia Clef Club of Jazz and Performing Arts music education program. Since 1985, students in the program have participated in a broad range of activities, including private instruction, summer jazz camp, and live performance around the U.S. For over 35 years, the Clef Club has served more than 30,000 students for in-school and out-of-school jazz education programs. The Clef Club has helped youth receive scholarships to universities and colleges nationally each year, as well as career development opportunities of many young, accomplished musicians and artists. Through his tenure at the Philadelphia Clef Club, and prior to that at Settlement Music School, he has mentored emerging artists, helping launch the careers of many successful artists, including bassist Christian McBride, organist Joey DeFrancesco, saxophonist Jaleel Shaw, and drummer Justin Faulkner. In 1995, Lovett helped to envision Clef Club's South Broad Street Cultural Facility. Ever since, the Clef Club has provided Philadelphia with a Center for Jazz Preservation and Cultural Programming. Congratulations, Lovett!
Hello to the Philadelphia Creative Economy. I'm Stacy Richardson, a senior manager at CapTech Consulting. Our company has long been a supporter of the Arts and Business Council's many programs. Through ABC's Culture Shift, CapTech has been honored to volunteer our analytical, engineering, and data skill sets collaborating with the Philadelphia Clef Club of Jazz and Performing Arts. Together, we digitized the administrative side of their music education program. It has been oh so rewarding working with Lovett and his team, who are delivering such inspirational programs to Philadelphia's youth and enriching our city's access to jazz. Just this week, one of Lovett's students won the Essentially Ellington Composition Contest from Jazz at Lincoln Center and asked Lovett to participate in the virtual ceremony. Lovett's contributions to students run deep and constant. With that, I'm thrilled to virtually present an Arts and Business Leadership Award to Lovett. Congratulations, Lovett. I look forward to celebrating with you when we are on the other side of this. Thank you for all you do for our community.
Thank you, Stacy, so very, very much. And I also like to thank the Arts and Business Council of Greater Philadelphia for this prestigious award, and in the company of so many advocates of the jazz of music in Philadelphia. One of the things I'm so proud of is I like to thank the parents for entrusting me with their students and their children. I like to thank the teachers and the great musicians of the Philadelphia region and the legacy of Philadelphia jazz. One of the things I think is so very, very important, that the arts are premier in our children's lives. I've had the opportunity to work with young people who only had the will and the love of the arts, and help develop those young people into stars that they wanted to be, to help them to create their voices. The Clef Club has been a special place because we came out of the racism of the past. So we've continued to grow and prosper through music and the arts and love. At this time in our existence, we find out there's two major things that has to continue: our love for the arts, our love for each other, and the music must go on.
The Arts and Business Council for Greater Philadelphia is proud to present an Arts and Business Leadership Award to Scott Merkin. As president of ESM Productions, a Rock Nation company, Scott aims to grow the music and entertainment industry in Philadelphia, as well as employ and train the future generation of entertainment leaders. Over the course of his career, Scott has produced events with high-profile leaders and entertainers including Barack Obama, the Dalai Lama, and Beyonce, and produced many major events in Philadelphia, including the 2015 Papal Visit and the 2016 Democratic National Convention. Scott's work producing the free 4th of July concert on the Parkway helped put Philadelphia on the map for large-scale entertainment events, resulting in the annual Made in America Festival. Scott has also served as a mentor for the Chamber of Commerce for Greater Philadelphia's CEO Access Network, which aims to connect C-suite chamber member companies with disability, LGBTQ, minority, veteran, and women-owned enterprises. He was also one of the founding members of the Chamber's Young Professionals Council, opening the door for young professionals in Philadelphia to grow their business communities and networks. Congratulations, Scott.
What an inspiration. Hello, everyone. I'm Ashley Moran, Executive Creative Director at Comcast, who has long been a supporter of the Arts and Business Council. It's great to be back at the ABC Awards again, as I was a winner of a Volunteer of the Year award in 2018. And it's now my sincere pleasure to represent Comcast in presenting an Arts and Business Leadership Award to Scott Merkin, President at ESM Productions. As you all saw in the video, Scott has produced massively large-scale entertainment events that are not only one of a kind in the city, but also the country. Barack Obama, the Dalai Lama, Jay-Z and Beyonce and the Made in America Festival, and the list goes on. With all of that, Scott also dedicates his time to the mentorship of the small business leaders in the Chamber's Young Professionals Council. Scott Merkin really exemplifies the intersection of the creative and business communities that the Arts and Business Council supports. And Scott, we all look forward to a time when we can participate in one of your events again soon. Congratulations, Scott, and thank you for all that you do.
Thank you, Ashley. Thanks to the Arts and Business Council. This is truly an honor. Let me do a couple of shout outs here. Firstly, OG, the original Gary Merkin, my father, who's a broadcast pioneer. And it really did all start for me back then, probably 45 years ago, believe it or not. And also Jenny Wu, my partner and co-founder, who immigrated to this country almost 30 years ago to start a business and live a dream, right? And so Constance Clayton, Dr. Clayton, I was one of your students. I'm a product of the Philadelphia public school system, and from first grade all the way through 12th grade. And arts and music in schools saved my life. There's no question about it. So we need to keep the arts and music in schools. And again, once again, thanks to the Arts and Business Council for this lovely award. And I also like to remind folks that arts is business and Black lives do matter. Thank you.
The Arts and Business Council for Greater Philadelphia is proud to present an Arts and Business Leadership Award to Hal Reel. For more than 25 years, Hal Reel has been a force for innovation and collaboration in the region's cultural community. In establishing World Cafe Live, Hal demonstrated his commitment to partnership and ambitious civic enterprise, joining with public radio station WXPN to transform a historic building into a center for music, dining, radio, and convenings. In 2008, noting budget cuts to music programs in Philadelphia schools, Hal joined with a team of artists and entrepreneurs to found Live Connections, which has now reached 48,000 participants with free music education and civically engaged programming. Hal has also been deeply involved in the direction of a number of nonprofit organizations: People's Light Theater, the Greater Philadelphia Cultural Alliance, Fringe Arts, and now as the board chair of the Mid-Atlantic Arts Foundation. Hal's innovative approach to the business of running independent music venues has enabled World Cafe Live to nurture local artists and provide community-enriching programming. Hal has proven himself to be a deeply engaged civic leader who believes interconnectedness and collaboration are essential for success. Congratulations, Hal.
Good morning. I'm Joe Tankel, Senior Vice President for Meridian Bank. Meridian Bank became involved in the Arts and Business Council this year. It's just one of our ways of giving back to the arts and culture community. We strive to help businesses and nonprofits of all sizes getting the banking services they need to thrive. And it's a nice coincidence that one of our new clients is World Cafe Live. So it's a special pleasure to be able to present an Arts and Business Leadership Award to Hal Reel. As you saw in the video, Hal is an important part of the Philadelphia creative community, and we're so glad to celebrate with him today. Congratulations, Hal.
Good morning. Thanks so much, Joe and Meridian. Thanks to the Arts and Business Council, to World Town Sound System for that tremendous performance, and a huge shout out of gratitude to the amazing people with whom I work, including fellow award winner today, David Bradley. I also want to thank all of the supporters and fans of World Cafe Live and Live Connections for everything you've done to help us over these last 16 years, as we've had the privilege of building a place where artistry meets social impact. I want to take this time to acknowledge the privilege I've been fortunate to have simply by virtue of being a white American. I'm not just lucky, I'm privileged. Today I pledge that every day for the rest of my life, I will work intentionally to help empower our Black and Brown brothers and sisters, their children, their students, their colleagues, and their organizations to chase and realize their dreams and passions. We all know that the arts can make a huge contribution in helping to fix and heal our society. But that work has to begin by understanding fully the privilege we hold, figuring out how we can drive real change, and creating true equity in how we operate and in how we contribute to our city, our region, our country. We must continue to listen, support, and create with those values at our core. Thank you very much.
The Arts and Business Council for Greater Philadelphia is proud to present an Arts and Business Leadership Award to Lisa Collins-Vidnovic. Lisa is the founder of the Metropolitan Ballet, where she brings her passion for dance and her drive to inspire young people to provide performance training for pre-professional dancers, discover talented choreographers, and help young people reach their fullest potential. Metropolitan's unique emphasis on performing and involving students in the creative process sets it apart. The young dancers relish the unique experience of having new work choreographed on them and bringing it to life in performance. Through her classical training, Metropolitan's dancers develop their tenacity and focus, helping them succeed on stage, in school, and in life. A groundbreaking boys scholarship program provides tuition-free dance training to over 50 boys each year in one of the largest programs for young men in the country. In partnership with the School District of Philadelphia, Metropolitan faculty provide an innovative kinetic literacy program where movement enlivens the curriculum, advancing math and reading skills. Lisa Collins-Vidnovic has created a real community of dancers, families, alumni, and audiences whose lives are enriched by dance. Congratulations, Lisa.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jennifer Pittenger. I'm a senior associate at HOK, an architectural and interior design firm. We could not be prouder to support this event and ABC. It is my pleasure to virtually present an Arts and Business Leadership Award to Lisa Collins-Vidnovic. As you saw in the video, Lisa is an amazing visionary. I've not only seen Lisa's work with our community and our youth, but I've also personally experienced her kindness, understanding, and compassion as a human being, with her as my son's teacher in the Boys Scholarship Program. She is a remarkable person and such an inspiration, not only for our children, but for us all. I'm so honored and humbled to present this award to her. Congratulations, Ms. Collins. This is so well deserved.
Thank you, Jennifer, for your kind words. It's a great honor to be here with everyone. This award represents the contribution of so many. I'm thrilled to thank and share this moment with Metropolitan's dedicated faculty, families, community partners, and board, and my parents, my wonderful husband, and supportive family. Metropolitan began 25 years ago with 4 key ideas: the power of the arts to transform and enrich our lives, that all means all, a stage where all children can participate. Learning by doing, involving young people in the magic of the creative process, and that classical training is a framework for excellence. Our students are building strength, athleticism, and performance skills, and they're learning life skills, tenacity, teamwork, and the ability to appreciate that achievement often occurs incrementally. Some go on to dance careers and others are teachers, scientists, and business leaders, but the knowledge acquired through classical training remains pivotal to their success. Thank you, Arts and Business Council, and to all of you in the audience today for being a part of moving the arts forward. You are essential.
Hello to the entire Philadelphia arts and culture community. My name is Michelina Carter, and I've been a member of Metropolitan Ballet Company for 4 years, and I'm heading to the Ailey School at Fordham University in the fall. In honor of Lisa Collins-Vidnovic, We like to share a short film of a dance piece that was set to premiere on March 28th. But then everything, well, almost everything changed. When we couldn't perform on stage, we took to our backyards and our bedrooms to dance sections of what would have been the ensemble piece Epitaph, choreographed by Sarah Mann. All of us at Metropolitan Ballet send our deepest love to Lisa. Congratulations on this recognition, and thank you for everything that you have done for us. We haven't stopped loving the arts, and we haven't stopped dancing.
I'm Lorena Marshall-Blake from Independence Blue Cross and the Independence Blue Cross Foundation. I want to salute the Arts and Business Council for helping our region unlock the power of art and creativity. And thanks to everyone watching today for supporting that work during difficult times. It's more important than ever. Fred DeBona was president and CEO of our company, a civic leader in Philadelphia, and a lifelong supporter of the arts and education. The G. Fred DeBona Jr. Individual Leadership Award is bestowed upon individuals in the greater Philadelphia region who have distinguished themselves as leaders in the arts, culture, or creative sectors. Past winners have included Ed and Midge Rendell, Al and Paige West, and Megan Denenberg, and Taib Smith, co-founders of Little Giant Creative. Dr. Constance Clayton perfectly embodies the spirit that we recognize in Fred's name. She is truly a great public servant, a person of impact through her work in education and the arts, and through it all, remaining humble while leading. Her career in the Philadelphia Public Schools and beyond has touched thousands of young lives. We are so lucky to have Dr. Clayton as a role model in our community. Her achievements and example should inspire us all. So on behalf of Independence Blue Cross and the Independence Blue Cross Foundation and one of her students, congratulations, Dr. Clayton.
The Arts and Business Council for Greater Philadelphia is proud to present the G. Fred DeBona Award for Individual Leadership to Dr. Constance Clayton. Constance has been a leader in Philadelphia arts and education communities for decades. She was the first woman and the first African-American superintendent of the School District of Philadelphia. Later, the University of Pennsylvania named a professorship after her in the Graduate School of Education. After she retired from the school district, she served on the board of Philadelphia Museum of Art and founded the museum's African American Collections Committee. Constance's love of art began at an early age when her mother would take her to museums. Over her lifetime, she amassed an impressive collection of artwork. In May 2019, she donated more than 70 works by African American artists to the Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts. This year, PAFA displayed works from her collection in an exhibition entitled Awakened in You. The exhibit, which includes pieces by Barclay L. Hendricks and Laura Wheeler Waring, among many others, is dedicated to Constance's mother. Congratulations, Constance.
Constance, ready for
we
you.
can hear you.
Yes, I'm ready to talk.
Yes,
Thank
please,
you.
go ahead.
Lorena, that was a magnificent introduction, and thank you so much. I see you still, the lady with the magnificent hats.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Dr. Clayton, love you.
Thank you, darling. I love you too. Let me first congratulate all the other awardees. Absolutely marvelous impact. And let me say a word that I must say about Fleischer, because Fleischer for more than 100 years has been a pivotal force in this community, providing art opportunities for people of all races, colors, religious preferences, and they deserve to be emulated and congratulated. Matter of fact, nationally or federally, statewide and citywide, they could be emulated because they've got a policy that's on more than paper. It's a policy of sharing, teaching, honoring, and respecting people regardless of economic background, race, creed, or color, or religious preference. And it'd be worthy that they should be emulated around this country. So let me say, it's very gracious to have this award, and I worked so well with Fred DeBona, who was the president of Blue Cross Blue Shield at the time that I was superintendent. And I learned from Fred because he was an experienced administrator, and I was in a position to be taught and to learn. This award belongs to my grandmother, to my mother, to an aunt who had an interest in art, and to a lady who became my mentor over the years, because as I visited her home, it was my great joy and pleasure to look at the art that surrounded her every day, and that was art by Tanner. Tanner was Dr. Sadie T.M. Alexander's uncle. So you see, ladies and gentlemen, I had the opportunity to be enriched at a very early age. So, and my reason for contributing some of my art to PAFA and to Schomburg Center was because I felt it was an absolute necessity to share beauty with a broader community, because the only people who saw it were the people who came to visit me in my home. And it was important for children of all races, creeds, and colors to see it, because unfortunately, social studies curriculum throughout the United States begins with the contribution of African Americans as slaves. We have gone far beyond that, and I thought it was time past due for children of color and for the Caucasian children and their families to see the art and the beauty of being produced by African American artists. So I am delighted, sincerely honored to get this award, but it belongs to so many people. As I said, my grandmother, my mother, my aunt, who was an artist within her own right, who loved to paint on porcelain, and to her son, Price, who did magnificent drawings of architectural structures. It also belongs to my cabinet when I was superintendent, because they understood my theme that children come first, and we must move beyond the point where we did not have adequate budget to accommodate teaching in a quality way. Because I remember when I went in as superintendent, we didn't even have money to buy art paper. But they understood me and they worked with me. And our theme became the children come first in every respect. And so I'm indebted to 25,000 employees and to the 170,000 families who entrusted their children to us with the hope and belief that we would provide a quality education and pull out the potential of their children. So thank you again for this magnificent award. It is a continued inspiration to me, as I shall use all of my energy, any funds that I have, to continue to support children and art in this city. Thank you again.
Dr. Clayton, congratulations and thank you very much for all that you have done. Hi, I'm Alan Jacobson of J2 Design and Exit Design, and I'm also honored and privileged to be the board chair of the Arts and Business Council. We believe that awards are intended to present what we stand for as an organization and what our city stands for. And I think you would agree with me that our awards today have truly exemplified our values. Each year, the advisory board selects winners of the Anne Darnencourt Award for Artistic Excellence. And this is our highest award for lifetime achievement in recognizing Philadelphia artists for their creative talent and their significant impact. Over the years, we're proud to have featured people such as Patti LaBelle, Klaus Oldenburg, Terry Gross, Tariq Trotter, Kevin Hart, and many other Philadelphia treasures. So this year, we're excited to celebrate two women who have contributed so much to our creative community through their writing. I have the honor of introducing one of these award winners, Jennifer Weiner. A #1 New York Times bestseller author, Jennifer Weiner's books have spent over 5 years on the New York Times bestseller list, with over 11 million copies in print in 36 countries. First, I'd like to invite you to watch this video and personally congratulate Jennifer for this award. Your smart, funny books may offer reprieve in these turbulent times, and your pop culture criticism has helped us process them. Jennifer, congratulations.
The Arts and Business Council for Greater Philadelphia is proud to present the Anne Darnencourt Award for Artistic Excellence to Jennifer Weiner. Jennifer is one of Philadelphia's best-known and best-selling authors whose work is renowned for its skillful depiction of the dilemmas and desires women face in contemporary America. Jennifer's work grapples with timely topics like the opioid crisis, as well as timeless ones like family, love, and ambition. Some of Jennifer's earliest novels, like Good in Bed, were set in Philadelphia and based on her own experience of living in the city, where she once was a reporter for the Philadelphia Inquirer. Her next novel, In Her Shoes, was turned into a movie starring Cameron Diaz and Toni Collette that was filmed in locations around the city. In her 17 books, and as a contributing opinion writer for the New York Times, Jennifer has explored charged issues like feminism, race, but with a sense of humor and warmth that has endeared her to so many. Jennifer is a pillar of the Philadelphia creative community who has many times reflected the city back to us through her literary lens. Congratulations, Jennifer.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Alan, for that wonderful introduction. I'm so honored to receive this award, and I'm so glad that Philadelphia is my home. Back in the 1970s, the novelist Grace Paley was asked, "Do you consider your books political?" She answered, "I write about women, so yes." I too write about women, and even breezy, lighthearted beach reads can be secretly, dare I say, subversively political. I write about plus-size women who are fully human and worthy of love. I write about a city that is vibrant and diverse and not just populated by thin white people in improbably gigantic apartments. I write about women who are smart and funny and angry. Sometimes I've been one of those angry women myself, pushing for equal reviews for women's books, for equal space for us to tell our stories, and for those stories to be taken as seriously as they would if we were all white guys named Jonathan. I feel very lucky to make my living as a storyteller, and I know that stories have never mattered more than they do now at this moment, because stories are how we know each other, how we see the world through different eyes, and the lens of the lived experience of the other. What happens when one woman tells the truth about her life? The poet and activist Muriel Rukeyser once asked. Her answer, the world would split open, which sounds on its face like a terrifying prospect. But things that are split can knit back together. Things that are shattered can reform and rebuild and become stronger in the process. And the broken places are where the light gets in. Congratulations to all of the honorees, and thank you again so much for this award.
Hi, I'm Valerie Gay, and I have the pleasure of serving on the advisory board for the Arts and Business Council. Lorene Carey is an author, an educator, social activist. She's written everything from novels to magazine articles to an opera libretto to stage play to grant proposals and so much more, including this tiny little book that she wrote for me that I treasure so dearly. Lorene is a gem of Philadelphia and saw the beauty and value in an under-resourced neighborhood in North Philadelphia. And so she decided to start a program that would help North Philadelphia, as she says, become a destination, not a drive-by. And thus, in the sanctuary of the historic Church of the Advocate, surrounded by amazing Black art that was cohabitating with Gothic-era European sculpture, Art Sanctuary was born, a community organization that continues to bring life-giving arts to communities that need it desperately, and they are simultaneously celebrating the life and creativity there. She went on to found Safe Kids Stories, an amazing organization that gives voice to young people who desperately need to tell their stories. Then on to spearheading Vote That John, which is a voter registration drive for young people. Lorene is also the first One Book, One Philadelphia author. And long before I met her, I, along with many other Philadelphians, read A Price of a Child. Clearly, I could talk on and on and on and on about Lorene. She's also an educator, and she's a senior lecturer at the University of Penn. I love Lorene, but I only have a minute. So for her numerous contributions to literary excellence, to her arts nonprofit leadership, to her social activism, and to her for being a stellar educator, I am so proud to present the 2020 Andrew Hardencourt Award for Artistic Excellence to my friend, my sister, Lorene Carey. Yay, Lorene!
The Arts and Business Council for Greater Philadelphia is proud to bestow the Anne Arncourt Award for Artistic Excellence on Lorene Carey. Carey's career in the arts has spanned many different forms and disciplines. In 1998, Carey founded Art Sanctuary to use the power of Black art to transform individuals, create and build community, foster cultural understanding. She has continued to be a social activist and civic leader, serving for a period of time as a member of the School Reform Commission. This year, she is overseeing the reboot of Vote That John, a Philadelphia initiative to support youth voting. She is also a renowned author and playwright. Her play, My General Tubman, premiered at the Arden Theater in January 2020 and imagines the iconic freedom fighter activating men in a contemporary Philadelphia prison to go back in time and fight with her. Carrie's caretaking memoir, Lady Sitting, My Year with Nana at the End of Her Century, journeys through 5 generations to find the roots of family love and rupture. For 20 years, Carrie has taught fiction and nonfiction at the University of Pennsylvania in the departments of English and Africana Studies. We are so lucky to have a visionary like Laureen Carey amidst our creative community. Congratulations, Laureen.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Arts and Biz. Thank you, Valerie, my sister and friend and inspiration. Congratulations to the other winners. I want to accept this, this award in the name of Anne Darnacourt, who was a mentor of mine and very generous. I want to accept this on behalf of my own mother, who at 22 years old moved into her West Philadelphia house, thinking everything was different, not knowing that her neighborhood would be redlined and that everything would not change. Many things, however, did change for her daughter, or else I'd not be able to be here. I'm grateful to all of her work and her crazy storytelling. While I was waiting for this, by the way, my daughter texted me a video. My daughter in Vermont, who is a snowboarding instructor, sent me a video of a man shouting to her that Black lives do not matter from his truck with a Confederate flag. I wasn't able to talk to her, but I said I would mention it in this acceptance. We've got a lot of work to do. We still do. Thank God for the arts and thank God for business leaders who support it. I'm going to read this last sentence, this sentence or two from my mother's favorite book, The Price of a Child, about the woman who escaped from slavery here in Philadelphia. Philadelphia, which has been a locus of political error as well as political liberation. Now, the fugitive would make her next move. The thought of action made her feel less at the mercy of her master and less at the mercy of courts and judges and laws and marshals and officers who played by rigged sets of rules called law. He run his best. He run right into the hornet's nest. Could happen, she thought. Could be change. Thank you.
Thank you, Laureen. Thank you to all of our amazing awardees here. I feel overwhelmed, as I'm sure everyone else does, in terms of the commentary, the excellence, the performances that we've all seen. Something that I didn't realize that I missed so much for the past 3 months was the sound of people clapping. And I would love to just unmute everyone to just give a big round of applause, just so we could all hear the sound of people clapping for each other just for a moment here. So if you have a chance to unmute, let's just do a little bit of clapping. Thank you, I appreciate that. It's the one aspect of not being together that being able to warmly congratulate each other on the work that we've all been doing, the connections we've been making, and the road that we have to go down. We have a lot, as Lauren said, a lot of work to do, and it will continue. I just wanted to thank all of our awardees, all of our sponsors, Comcast, Independence Blue Cross, PICO, PNC, HOK, Meridian Bank, and TD Bank for supporting this event and ongoing support of the Arts and Business Council. And thank you all for being here. There'll be a lot of additional content that we'll be able to share out afterwards, including the videos. So thank you again so much.
Steve.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.